Hi guys, Pete here from Ashton's Cars. Today showing you around this Fiat 500X that we have just had in. I've been using this car for the last week or two and I've really enjoyed using it, and now it's time to put it up for sale. So I thought I'd do this quick video of it. It's a 2017 model and it's a 1.4 turbocharged petrol engine, and it's the Cross model. So it's the multi-air petrol Cross, if that makes sense. I think that's the whole model designation. They are so complicated sometimes on some of these newer cars. Essentially, we've got a 140 horsepower, 1.4 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. The performance is actually really good on it. I've quite enjoyed driving it. It's got that sort of crossover style that people tend to like these days. It's a little bit higher up, easy access, easy to drive, good view of the road. So it ticks lots of boxes for lots of people. Of course, being the 500X, it's designed to look a little bit like a Fiat 500, although this car is much bigger. It's more Nissan Qashqai size, perhaps a little bit smaller than a Qashqai actually, but you get my idea. It's nowhere near a 500. It's a much, much bigger family-orientated car. And believe it or not, it's actually based on the same platform as the Jeep Renegade. And there's a few things in here that do feel a little bit Jeep when I'm driving it. For example, it's got buttons on the back of the steering wheel that do the stereo controls, and that's a bit of a Jeep American thing. You don't see that on many European cars. So that's all good though. It does all make sense. You soon get to grips with the controls quite easily in this car, and it drives exceptionally well. The engine's very quiet, very smooth, and very powerful as well. So as I say, ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of people. I've actually quite enjoyed the drive. My partner really, really loves it because she likes the cool factor of this car and the look of it. So yeah, a great little car that you might not sort of automatically think of in this class. I suppose size-wise it sits between the Duke and the Qashqai really. This particular car's only done 44,000 miles, so it's very, very low. It is pretty. I mean, the 500's a pretty car anyway, isn't it? And they do those 500Ls, which I think look a bit awkward, if I'm being honest. I've sold quite a few of them in the past, and they are very practical, but they do look a bit awkward. This, I think, really does capture the Fiat 500 magic a lot better. The proportions are just right on it. It's a good looking thing. I like the sort of black extensions that you've got on the arches and down the side of the car. I think that makes it look a bit more rugged, but also gives it a certain style and sort of chunkiness that suits that 500 shape. And although it is a much bigger car than a 500, it sort of carries the look off really, really well. I suppose it looks most like its smaller sibling from the front in that angle. The face is pretty much straight away identifiable as a Fiat 500, isn't it? But side profile's pretty cool too. Looks a bit more squat at the back. I like that, and from certain angles actually looks vaguely muscular, which is not something I would say about the standard 500. But what you will love on this car is the attention to detail. The chrome door handles, which are a real nice, well, not chrome, more satin silver finish. Really nice, real chunky, substantial. Those plastic mouldings, which I think look really good. And then little things like the 500 logo in the lights there and stuff like that. It's just a car that has been thought out really, really well, I think. It's pretty. Genuinely a very, very pretty design. It also sits nice and high, so access is good, and you've got these roof rails on it as well, which you can attach your roof bars to if you so wish. The rear seats get a pretty good privacy glass, quite a good level of privacy on that. Not complete blackout, but it looks classy. Again, more satin silver at the rear, which again looks really, really good. It feels like a quality product as well. On a lot of cars, this is sort of cheap feeling plastic, but this actually feels like metal to me. It is proper sort of, you know, brushed aluminium sort of finish. The boot, I've left a bag in there because I have been using it, but look at the size of it. Really good size. Plenty of space on it. You know, it's nice to see with this car that despite the sort of cool, funky looks, they haven't compromised on the practical side. Plenty of space in this boot. These seats are a sort of 30-70 split as well. That works really well in terms of practicality as well. Get through loads in there. And it's deep, really, really deep, this boot. Is there a spare wheel? No, there isn't, but there is some gunk. And unfortunately, that's all I've come to expect these days. Moving on to the rear of the car via the sexy brushed aluminium door handle. You can see there's plenty of space in the back. Proper inertia seat belts for free. Proper isofix points as well for your child seat. The inside, like the outside, has got lots of little details, like, again, proper aluminium door handles, which feel like proper quality to me. Because you sit high, there's plenty of room for your feet to go under the seats, plenty of knee room and plenty of headroom. So a family of 5 will fit in this car quite comfortably. And also there's very deep door bins on this car, which are great. You can put bottles in that one, various bits and bobs in there as well. So there's plenty of storage room for your snacks and drinks when you're driving a long distance with the family. Now let's have a look at the front of the car. This is the bit that you're going to be spending all your time in, and quite rightly, it's got plenty of attention to detail, just like the rest of the car. They haven't compromised at all with this car. You've got the embossed 500 logos on the seats, coming round to a sort of retro cool dash, which is incorporating sort of little retro cues, like the way the switches are, and the steering wheel have got sort of hark back to the 500. The door handles again, which are brushed aluminium, but you have technology aplenty in here. You've got a multimedia interface in the car, you've got navigation, and you've got an aux and USB input, as well as Bluetooth connectivity for your phone. So you've got plenty of toys when you're on the go. You've got hugely deep door bins, and I mean huge. I reckon I could get a 2-litre bottle of pop in that one. Mental how big that is. Love these again. Let's just get in behind the wheel. Let's have a proper look at it. As I say, I've spent a bit of time in this car, so I know it quite well. And I really found the layout is just really great for me. If it looks like it's flashing, it's because unfortunately our recording equipment make it look like it flashes, but it's not. And unfortunately, I think it is going to look quite flashy the whole time on this. It's something to do with the way my phone picks up the recording. Let's have a look anyway at the centre console. I love turny dials for heating and ventilation controls. I think they're much more intuitive than having buttons or touch screens to do that job. And the ones in this car are nice and big and chunky, and they feel nice in your hand. And they also, if listen, they've got a click as you turn them. I don't know if my phone's picking that up. It feels nice. It's just got a real nice weight to it, and it feels very intuitive when you're using it. Aircon, ice cold. Really is ice cold. Great for a day like today, where I'm wearing a Mac because it's been sort of showering, but it is actually reasonably warm out there, so it's nice to have the aircon in there cooling me down. Dual glove boxes. Flip that one. Open that one. Lots of storage space. Again, that theme continues throughout this car, with again the deep door bins, the loads of storage in glove box, and we've got this quite nice setup for the navigation and the radio as well. Let's just view the map on it. It is a touch screen, but it's also got buttons around the outer edge. I quite like that because it means I can just do it while I'm on the go. I haven't got to flick through a million menus to find what I'm looking for. If I want my phone, I press my phone button there. Simple. If I want to see the navigation, I press nav. If I want the radio, you get the picture. It's really, really easy to use. I have also got a multimedia system on it, so as I say, I can play music off my phone via Bluetooth on this car. The whole thing's really easy to use and really simple as well, and you soon get used to it very, very quickly. Same as these buttons on the steering wheel as well. They have got 1,000,001 different modes and uses, but they actually do everything really relatively easy. And that centre speedo is very, very handy indeed. Even though you have got an analog one over to the left, you do find yourself using that big digital one in the middle. We've got cruise control as well on this car. Just trying to remember everything on it because it's got so much kit. There is the cruise, over on the right hand side of the wheel. You've got both a speed limiter and cruise function on this particular car, which is very, very useful indeed, especially here in Wales where we got lots of 20 zones, as I'm sure you're aware. And then your phone controls and your main radio buttons are there, along with at the rear of the steering wheel, little buttons that do the volume. Again, that's a hark back to the Jeep, which this car is sharing a lot of its components with. But it does feel inside here very European. It does feel very much like a Fiat product, which is a really good thing. It's got a sort of funky sort of styling to it, and they've not just made it look like a Fiat 500 from the outside. It has got a grown-up Fiat 500 feel in here as well, with this curvy sort of panel on the dash and the sort of nice rounded buttons and controls that you see. It's very, very pleasing to the eye. It's very aesthetically pleasing. If maybe you had a Fiat 500 at one point and then you sort of miss it, now you've had to buy a boring practical family car, well, this car gives you both that cool sort of look and the features that you get in the 500, but it is also practical. It does blend the best of both, if you like. I really love it. The view of the road is really, really good because you sat nice and high. Those door mirrors are absolutely huge, so again, very, very good for you if you're on the move. And just before we do wind this video up, let me just show you very quickly. Put it in reverse. You see I've got a little display there where the speedo was. That is the rear sensors, and it gives you an audio and a visual display when you're reversing. That is also very, very handy indeed. So there you have it, guys. If, like me, you want something that is practical, but you also are a bit fed up with all the cars looking the same as one another, the Fiat 500X might be a little breath of fresh air that you're waiting for. It's got the funky looks, just like its Fiat 500 sibling, but it's also a very, very practical car indeed. And as I said, I have been using this particular car myself. I have been getting over 50 miles per gallon out of it, and it's a petrol engine. So of course it's also compliant with ULEZ zones, low emission zones all over the UK, and it's very cheap to run. So, you know, it's got a lot of, like I said at the start of this, a lot of boxes ticked for a lot of people, this car has. So if you're interested in it, well, you can give me a call. My number's 07932 873 646, and the Fiat 500X is available for nationwide delivery. Yes, we would bring it to your door, and we'd also take your old car in part exchange. So let us know what you got, and we can make that happen for you. But thanks ever so much for watching, guys. The number one more time is 07932 873 646 if you're interested in this car. And also, as you've viewing our videos, I hope that you have already hit the subscribe button. If you haven't, please do so now. Hit subscribe and hit on the notifications as well, and you'll be kept abreast when we have new videos released, when we've got new stock in, and just general car goings on here at the garage. But hope to see you very soon, and thank you very much for watching. Have a great day wherever you are. Bye for now.